Good morning, children. I hope that you all completed your classwork and reading the notes given in the previous classes. Children, last class we started our second chapter, isn't it? We have seen about pure substance and their types. Yes, so what is meant by pure substance? Which contains only one kind of pure matter in it. Yes, so it is made with the only one kind of substance. So what are the types of pure substance? Elements and compounds. Yes, today we are going to see about mixture and their types. Okay, so now we can see what is meant by mixture. So mixture means they are constituted by more than one kind of pure form of matter. So pure substance means we know that it is made with only one type of substance. Yes, but mixture means what? It is made with more than one type of pure substance. Okay, so now we can see mixture means it is also defined as more than one pure substance. So we can define it as the substance which is composed of two or more elements or compounds that are mixed together. Okay, so it is the combination of elements or compounds. So when elements or compounds mixed together, it is called as what? Mixture. Okay, now we can see example for mixture. So example for mixture are salt and pepper. So salt and pepper is a mixture. Sugar and sand. So it is also an example for mixture. Then salt and sand. Earth atmosphere. Earth atmosphere means we know atmosphere contains mixture of gases. Yes. So there also we can see the mixture. Then soil. This also it also contains what? Gravels, pebbles, stones, small stones. So soil is also a type of mixture. Now we can see the types of mixture. Okay, so depending upon the nature of the components that form a mixture, we can have different types of mixtures. Now we can see. So basically mixtures can be divided into two types: homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so what are the two types of mixture? Homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture. Now we can see about this type of mixture briefly. So first type of mixture is homogeneous mixture. So what is meant by homogeneous mixture? Homogeneous mixture mean the substance which has a uniform composition throughout. Okay, so mixture which has a uniform composition throughout, such mixtures are called as homogeneous mixtures. Understood, children? So in this kind of mixture, you can't distinguish the components. Okay, so the mixture we can see it contains some of the component, but we can't distinguish the components which is added to the particular mixture because the components in the mixture is uniformly distributed. Okay, children? So example for is, here in this picture you can see example for homogeneous mixture. What are they? Puri, coffee, milkshake, chocolate, cold tomato soup, then orange juice. So these are example for homogeneous mixture because we can see the particles of these mixtures are evenly distributed. Okay, so we can't identify what are the components added in that. Yes, so that is called uniform composition. Okay, so the mixture in which there is an uniform composition throughout, such mixtures are called as what? Homogeneous mixture. Okay, some other example for such mixers are salt dissolved in water. So if we are dissolving salt in water, we can't identify that we mixed salt in water, because the salt will or evenly distributed throughout the water. So it is an example for what? Homogeneous mixture. Then the same way, sugar dissolved in water. So if you are adding sugar in water, we can't identify that we added sugar in water. Yes, because that component of sugar, it will mixed evenly throughout the solution. Okay, so these are some example for what? Homogeneous mixture. Now we can see about heterogeneous mixture. So what is meant by heterogeneous mixture? Just opposite to homogeneous mixture. So non-uniform composition. So the mixture in which have non-uniform composition, such mixers are called as heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so in heterogeneous mixture, we can see the particles are unevenly distributed. So the ingredients which added to the particular mixture, we can easily identify. Okay, because it is not uniformly spreaded. Okay, so it is unevenly distributed particle. So we can easily identify what are the ingredients which is added in the particular mixture. Okay, such type of mixture is called what? Heterogeneous mixture. Example, mixtures of sodium chloride and iron filling. You know sodium chloride, it is the common salt which we are using in our house. Okay, so sodium chloride, so that this salt, when we are mixing with iron fillings, we can easily identify that iron filling is mixed with the sodium chloride. So this is an example for what? Heterogeneous mixture. So mixture in which the ingredients or the components can be easily what we can identify, then that means then it is called as heterogeneous mixture. Okay, then example, salt and sulfur. So sulfur is an yellowish color compound. Okay, so salt is white color. So if we are mixing salt and sulfur, we can easily identify that there is a two component, that is salt and sulfur. So it is an example for what? Heterogeneous mixtures. Then one more example, oil and water. Oil and water. So if you are adding oil into water, we can easily identify that oil is mixed in the water. Yes, so that is an example for what? Heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, so in heterogeneous mixtures, the particles are unevenly distributed. So here in this picture you can see the examples also. Okay, so different colors, the ingredients which added in the particular food, everything we can easily identify. So such mixture is called as what? Heterogeneous mixture. Now we can see some more examples of mixtures. So first we can see the example for homogeneous: air, salt water, sugar water, brass. So brass means it is an alloy which is a mixture of copper and zinc. Okay, so brass is a mixture of 30% of zinc and 70% of copper. So if we are seeing brass, we can't identify that copper is mixed with zinc. Okay, it is an alloy. So this is an example for homogeneous mixture. And solutions. Okay, solutions, heterogeneous example, soil, sand and water mixture. Okay, so sometimes if you are looking very closely, or if we are even magnifying that only, we can see the different parts sometimes. This example for heterogeneous mixtures. Now we can see about solutions. Okay, so what is the solution? Solution is a homogeneous mixture. Okay, so solution already we saw in example. It is an example for homogeneous mixture. So solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substance. You come across various types of solution in your daily life, isn't it? For example, lemonade. Lemonade means, you know, lemon juices. So lemon, it is mixed with what sugar and water, that is called as lemonade. Then soda water means what? Carbonated water, that means water mixed with the gas such as carbon dioxide, that is called soda water. So this is an example for solution. Okay, we can't identify lemon juice if we are taking, means if we can't identify the components which is added because the particles are evenly distributed. Okay, so that is an example for what? Solution. Okay, usually we think of solution as a liquid. Yes, that contains only liquid, and in that liquid only either solid or liquid or a gas dissolved in it. But we can also have solid solution. Example for solid solution is alloys. Okay, already alloy means it is a mixture of two or more metals. Okay, so what is meant by alloy? Alloy means mixture of two or more metals, or a metal and non-metal, and it cannot be separated into their components by physical method. So that is an alloy. Okay, so alloy means what? It is a mixture of two or more metals, or sometimes we can combine metal and non-metal also, and we cannot separate it with any physical method. Okay, example for alloy already I told, brass. So that is an example for solid solution. Now there is a gaseous solution also. Okay, we can also have solid solution as well as gaseous solution. So example for gaseous solution is air. So in a solution there is a homogeneity at the particle level. So already told, homogeneity means uniform. Okay, there is a uniform composition throughout the solution. Okay, for example, lemonade tastes the same throughout. This shows that particles of sugar or salt are evenly distributed in the solution. Now we can see about the components of solution. So solution has two components. What are they? Solvent and a solute. Okay, so what are the components of solution? Solvent and solute. Okay, now we can see what is meant by solvent. The component of solution that dissolves the other component in it. Okay, so component of solution that dissolve the other component in it, that means solvent. Example, water we can say. Okay, so water, what it will allow the what other substance to dissolve in it, isn't it? So solvent example, what? Water. Okay, then what is meant by solute? Component of solution that is dissolved in the solvent is called as what? Solute. Okay, so solute means example, sugar. Okay, now we can see with the diagram. Okay, here you can see the solvent. So solvent already I told, example for solvent is what? Water. Yes, so solute we are taking what? Salt or sugar. Okay, so solvent means what I told, the component of solution in which the solute will dissolve. Yes, so that is solvent. When solute is added into the solvent, it is evenly distributed throughout the throughout the mixer, and it forms a what? Solution. Understood? So solution is an example for homogeneous mixer because this particle of solute will be evenly distributed to the solvent. Understood, children? So solvent example water, solute example sugar or salt. Okay, so when we are adding the solute into the solvent, it will be dissolved in it. Okay, so solvent means what? It is the substance in which the solute is dissolved, and solute means the substance which is dissolved in the solvent. Understood? So when solvent and solute means, it forms what? Solution. Understood? So here you can see the picture. Okay, so we can say this as a sugar, okay, and water, solvent. Okay, when we are mixing the solute, it forms a solvent plus solute result in the formation of solution. Now we can see examples for solution. So first example is solution of sugar in water. As I already told you that solution of sugar in water is an example for solution. So in this we can say sugar is a solute. Yes, water is a solvent. Okay, so solid in liquid solution. Sugar is a solid which is a solute. Okay, which is mixed with water, that is a solvent. Now one more example, solution of iodine in alcohol. Okay, so this mixture is also called as tincture of iodine. Okay, what is the name of this solution iodine in alcohol? Tincture of iodine. Okay, so here iodine is a solid. Okay, iodine is a solid and liquid means alcohol. Alcohol is a liquid. Okay, so here iodine, which is the solid, is acting as the solute. Okay, so solute, and alcohol, which is the liquid, it is acting as the solvent. Okay, so here what? Alcohol is a solvent, iodine is a solute. Understood? It forms a solution of iodine in alcohol, that is tincture of iodine. Now we can see another one example, aerated drinks. Aerated drinks example, you know, soda water. Okay, soda water, already I told it is a carbonated water. Water mixed with what? Carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so here gas, carbon dioxide gas as solute and water as solvent. Now air. So air, we know it is a mixture of gas in gas. Okay, so air is a homogeneous mixture of a number of gases. Okay, so its two main components which is present in air are oxygen. So oxygen, the amount of oxygen present in air is 21%. Okay, in the same way nitrogen, that is 78% of air is what with the nitrogen. Okay, the other gases are present in very small quantity. Okay, so this is also an example for what? Gas in gas solution. Now we can see properties of solution. So solution properties means what? Characters. Yes. So what are the characteristics of solution? Solution is a homogeneous mixture. The particles of a solution are smaller, okay, than 1 nanometer. It's very small, so we cannot see by our naked eye. Then because of very small particle size, they do not scatter a beam of light passing through the solution. Okay, as we know that it contains what? Very small particle, so it will not scatter a beam of light passing through the solution. So the path of light is not visible in the solution. The solute particles cannot be separated from the mixture by the process of filtration. Okay, the solute particles do not settle down when left undisturbed. Okay, so that is the solution is what? Stable. Okay, so solid particles, it is very small but it is evenly distributed. If we are keeping it undisturbed for some time also, the particles do not settle down. So which indicates that solution is what? Stable. Understood, children? Now we are moving to concentration of a solution. So concentration means depending upon the amount of solute present in a solution. Okay, you know solute means what? Example for solute is sugar or salt, solution is water. Okay, so depending upon the amount of solute present in a solution, it can be a dilute or concentrated or saturated solution. Okay, so dilute means in which the amount of solute will be less. Okay, and this concentrated means amount of solute will be more. Okay, so what is meant by saturated solution? At any particular temperature, a solution has dissolved as much solute as it is capable of dissolving. That means clear solution. Saturated solution means the amount of solute will be dissolved in the solvent properly. Okay, one particular temperature, the amount of solute will be completely, it will dissolve in the solvent. Such solution is called what? Saturated solution. Now, what is meant by solubility? Solubility, what the capacity of the solute, okay, to dissolve in the solvent. That is, the amount of solute present in the saturated solution at this temperature, that is called solubility. Now, unsaturated solution. Unsaturated means amount of solute contained in a solution is less than the saturation level. Now we can see what is meant by concentration of solution. Concentration of solution means it is the amount of solute dissolved in a specific amount of solution. Okay, so amount of solute dissolved in a specific amount of solution is called what? Concentration of a solution. So concentration of solution, it is expressed in the formula. Concentration of solution is equal to amount of solute divided by amount of solution. Amount of solution means solution is formed with the what? Solute and solvent. Yes, so solute plus solvent. Amount of solute plus solvent gives amount of solution. Understood, children? So concentration of solution is equal to amount of solute divided by amount of solution. Amount of solution means what? Amount of solute plus solvent. So there are various ways of expressing the concentration of solution. Okay, but here we will learn only 3 methods. Okay, first method is mass by mass percentage. You can see in the slide, mass m by m. That means mass by mass percentage of a solution. Okay, so how we will express this means mass by mass describes mass of solute. Okay, so mass of solute per 100 gram of solution. Okay, and next mass, that mass will describe the mass of the solution in grams. Understood, children? So first m, it will be described as mass of a solute per 100 grams of a solution. Then next m, that is described as mass of the solution in grams. Okay, so it is mathematically expressed as mass percentage. M by m is equal to mass of the solute divided by mass of the solution. So mass of the solution means, already I told, mass of solute plus mass of solvent into 100%. Understood, children? So what is the formula for mass percentage? Mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100%. Understood, children? Now another method to describe the concentration of solution is mass by volume percentage. Okay, so mass by volume. So mass by volume describes the mass of solute in gram per 100 ml of solution, okay, divided by the volume of the solution in milliliters. Okay, so here you can see the formula for that. Mass by volume percentage is equal to grams of solute, or what it is expressed in form of what? Grams. Okay, grams of solute divided by milliliters of solution. That means what? Milliliters of solute plus milliliters of solvent, which gives what? Milliliters of solution into 100%. Okay, once again I will say mass by volume percentage is equal to grams of solute divided by milliliters of solution into 100%. Now we can see another method to describe the concentration of the solution is volume percentage. Okay, so volume percentage describes the volume of solute in milliliters or liters and the volume of the solution in the milliliters or liters. Okay, so volume percentage is equal to volume of solute divided by volume of solution. So volume of solution means volume of solute plus volume of solvent, okay, into 100%. So once again, volume percentage is equal to volume of solute divided by volume of solution into 100%. Okay children, so this is about concentration of a solution. Okay, so next class we can see about suspension and colloidal solution. Okay, so I hope that you all understand. So I will send notes also. Children, please copy the notes and read. Okay children, thank you children.